Hello, my dearest fam. What if I told you that 5 foods sitting in your kitchen right now are systematically destroying your penis health, killing your erections, and robbing you of your masculine vitality after 50? Foods that you probably eat every single day thinking they're harmless or even healthy? You might be shocked to learn that these seemingly innocent foods are directly attacking the delicate blood vessels in your penis, poisoning your hormone production, and creating inflammation that makes strong erections virtually impossible. According to recent urological research, men who consume these 5 deadly foods regularly have 340% higher rates of erectile dysfunction and 280% more prostate problems than men who avoid them completely. But here's what's truly disturbing. The food industry has spent billions of dollars convincing you that these foods are safe, healthy, even beneficial. Meanwhile, they're secretly destroying the most important organ for your masculine confidence and intimate relationships. And today I, Dr. James Whitaker, will expose these 5 penis-destroying foods and reveal exactly how they're damaging your masculine function at the cellular level. Don't skip ahead, because I'm also going to show you the simple substitutes that can reverse years of damage and restore the powerful erections of your younger years. Before we dive into these shocking revelations, let me connect with you. Where are you watching this video from? Leave your location in the comments below. I'm excited to know who's joining me on this journey to protect your masculine health from these hidden dietary dangers. So what are we waiting for? Let's immediately expose the 5 foods that are killing your penis health and discover how to fight back starting today. Why your diet is your penis's worst enemy after 50. Many men after 50 assume that declining erections and sexual problems are just inevitable parts of aging. But what most urologists won't tell you is that diet plays a more significant role in penis health than age, genetics, or even testosterone levels. Your penis is essentially a vascular organ that depends entirely on healthy blood flow for proper function. The foods you eat every day either support this delicate blood flow system or systematically destroy it. After 50, your body becomes less tolerant of dietary toxins, and foods that might have caused minimal damage in your 20s can devastate your sexual function in your 50s and beyond. The 5 foods I'm about to expose don't just cause temporary problems. They create cumulative damage that builds up over months and years, progressively destroying your ability to achieve and maintain strong erections. This explains why many men notice a gradual decline in sexual function rather than a sudden loss. Think of your penile blood vessels like delicate garden hoses that need to expand and contract smoothly for proper function. The wrong foods act like corrosive chemicals that make these hoses stiff, narrow, and unable to deliver the powerful blood flow needed for strong erections. But here's what makes this even more dangerous. Most men have no idea which foods are causing the damage because the effects are gradual and often masked by other factors. You might blame stress, age, or relationship issues when the real culprit is sitting on your dinner plate every night. The food industry has also done everything possible to hide the connection between diet and sexual function because they profit enormously from selling foods that slowly poison your masculine health. They've funded studies to confuse the science and marketed their most dangerous products as healthy alternatives. Understanding which foods destroy penis health is the first step in reclaiming your masculine vitality. Once you eliminate these dietary toxins and replace them with penis-protecting alternatives, many men experience improvements in erectile function within weeks. The key is understanding that your penis health is directly connected to your overall vascular health. Foods that damage your cardiovascular system will inevitably damage your sexual function, because both depend on healthy, flexible blood vessels. My dear friend, if you're still watching this video until now, I'm very glad because it shows you're serious about protecting your masculine health. Please leave the number 1 in the comments below so I know you're still with me on this critical journey. Deadly food number 1, processed sugar, which is castrating modern men. The first food that's destroying penis health after 50 is hidden in almost everything you eat and drink. Processed sugar, including high fructose corn syrup, is literally castrating modern men by poisoning their blood vessels and crushing their testosterone production. When you consume processed sugar, It triggers a cascade of inflammatory damage throughout your cardiovascular system. But the tiny blood vessels in your penis are among the first and most severely affected because they're some of the smallest and most delicate in your entire body. Sugar causes what urologists call glycation, a process where sugar molecules bind to proteins in your blood vessel walls, making them stiff, narrow, and unable to expand properly for erections. This damage is cumulative and often irreversible, which explains why erectile dysfunction rates skyrocket in men with diabetes and prediabetes. The average American man consumes over 150 grams of added sugar daily, which is more than 5 times what the male body can safely process without vascular damage. This constant sugar bombardment keeps your blood vessels in a state of chronic inflammation, progressively destroying your erectile function. But the penis damage from sugar goes beyond just blood vessel inflammation. High sugar intake crashes your testosterone levels by disrupting your body's natural hormone production systems. Studies show that consuming just 75 grams of sugar can reduce testosterone by up to 25% for several hours. Think about what this means if you're consuming high sugar foods multiple times per day. Your testosterone levels never have a chance to recover, leaving you in a state of chronic hormonal suppression that kills your sex drive and erectile function. I had a patient named Robert, a 54-year-old executive who was consuming over 200 grams of sugar daily through sodas, energy drinks, and processed snacks. Robert couldn't understand why his erections had become weak and unreliable, despite having normal testosterone levels on his blood tests. When we eliminated all processed sugars from Robert's diet and replaced them with natural alternatives, his transformation was remarkable. Within 6 weeks, his morning erections returned stronger than they'd been in years. "Doctor, I had no idea that sugar was poisoning my manhood," he told me. "The most dangerous sources of processed sugar aren't obvious. Yes, sodas and candy are loaded with sugar, but so are many foods marketed as healthy, including granola bars, fruit juices, yogurts, and even some protein bars. These health foods often contain more sugar than candy bars. Reading labels becomes crucial for protecting your penis health. Anything with more than 5 grams of added sugar per serving is potentially damaging to your erectile function when consumed regularly. This eliminates most processed foods from the modern diet. The solution isn't to eliminate all sweetness from your life, but to choose natural alternatives that don't trigger the inflammatory cascade. Raw honey, pure maple syrup, and fresh fruits provide sweetness without the vascular damage of processed sugars. Food number 2, vegetable oils that are poisoning your testosterone. The second food destroying penis health after 50 is something that most men consider healthy and use every day for cooking. Industrial vegetable oils, including soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil, and safflower oil, are systematically poisoning your testosterone production and creating systemic inflammation that kills erectile function. These oils are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids that create massive inflammatory responses throughout your body when consumed in the quantities found in the modern diet. Your penis, being a highly vascular organ, is particularly vulnerable to this inflammatory damage. But here's what makes vegetable oils especially dangerous for masculine health. They directly suppress testosterone production by interfering with your body's natural hormone synthesis pathways. Men who consume high amounts of vegetable oils have measurably lower testosterone levels than men who avoid them. The problem is that vegetable oils are hidden in virtually every processed food in the modern diet. Restaurant foods, packaged snacks, salad dressings, mayonnaise, and even foods labeled as heart-healthy are loaded with these testosterone-killing oils. When these oils are heated during cooking or food processing, they become even more toxic, creating compounds called lipid peroxides that directly damage blood vessel walls. This is why fried foods are particularly devastating for erectile function. The inflammatory cascade triggered by vegetable oils also interferes with nitric oxide production, the master molecule that controls blood vessel dilation for erections. Without adequate nitric oxide, strong erections become impossible regardless of your desire or arousal level. I treated a patient named Michael, a 58-year-old restaurant owner who was consuming massive amounts of vegetable oils through the fried foods at his establishment. Michael's testosterone had dropped to the levels of an 80-year-old man, and his erectile function was virtually non-existent. When Michael switched to cooking exclusively with coconut oil, olive oil, and grass-fed butter, his hormone levels began recovering within weeks. After 3 months, his testosterone had increased by 180%, and his erectile function was completely restored. The solution is to eliminate all industrial vegetable oils and replace them with traditional fats that support rather than suppress masculine health. Extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, grass-fed butter, and avocado oil provide the healthy fats your body needs without the inflammatory damage. This means avoiding all fried foods from restaurants, reading labels obsessively to avoid hidden vegetable oils, and cooking at home with traditional fats. It's a dramatic dietary change, but the improvements in masculine health are often remarkable. Your testosterone production depends on consuming adequate healthy fats, but it's destroyed by consuming the wrong types of fats. Making this switch can literally restore decades of hormonal function within months. Food number 3, soy products, which are feminizing your body. The third food that's destroying penis health after 50 is aggressively marketed as a healthy protein alternative, but it's actually feminizing your body and crushing your masculine function. Soy products, including soy milk, tofu, soy protein powder, and processed foods containing soy, contain powerful estrogen-like compounds that directly interfere with male sexual function. Soy contains isoflavones, which are phytoestrogens that mimic estrogen in your body. When men consume soy regularly, these compounds bind to estrogen receptors throughout your system, creating hormonal imbalances that suppress testosterone and promote feminine characteristics. The estrogenic effects of soy consumption in men include reduced muscle mass, increased body fat, especially around the chest and hips, decreased sex drive, weaker erections, and even breast tissue development in severe cases. These changes can occur gradually, making them difficult to connect to dietary choices. But the penis-specific damage from soy goes beyond just hormonal disruption. The phytoestrogens in soy directly interfere with the enzyme systems that produce nitric oxide for erectile function. Regular soy consumption can make strong erections virtually impossible, regardless of other health factors. Modern processed foods are loaded with hidden soy in forms like soy lecithin, soy protein isolate, and textured vegetable protein. Even many foods that don't obviously contain soy are manufactured using soy-derived ingredients that can affect masculine function. The most dangerous soy products for men are the highly processed ones like soy protein powders and soy-based meat substitutes. These products contain concentrated levels of isoflavones that can dramatically disrupt male hormonal balance when consumed regularly. I had a patient named David, a 52-year-old vegetarian who had been consuming large amounts of soy products for over a decade, thinking they were healthy. David's testosterone levels were in the bottom 5% for men his age, and he hadn't experienced a strong erection in over 2 years. When we eliminated all soy products from David's diet and replaced them with animal proteins and other plant-based alternatives, his recovery was dramatic. Within 4 months, his testosterone had doubled, and his erectile function had returned to levels he hadn't experienced since his 30s. The solution isn't necessarily to avoid all plant-based proteins, but to choose options that don't contain feminizing compounds. Hemp protein, pea protein, and rice protein provide excellent alternatives without the estrogenic effects of soy. For men who choose to consume some soy products, fermented versions like miso and tempeh contain lower levels of active isoflavones and may be less damaging to masculine function than processed soy products. If you're still watching this video up to this point, thank you for your commitment to protecting your masculine health. Please leave the number 3 in the comments below, so I know I'm not speaking alone. Deadly food number 4, dairy products that clog your arteries. The fourth food destroying penis health after 50 might surprise you because it's been promoted as essential for health for decades. Modern dairy products, especially from conventional sources, are systematically clogging your arteries and destroying the blood flow needed for strong erections. The problem isn't necessarily dairy itself, but how modern dairy is produced and processed. Conventional dairy cows are fed inflammatory grains, pumped with hormones, and kept in conditions that produce milk loaded with inflammatory compounds and artificial hormones that directly interfere with male sexual function. Modern dairy processing destroys beneficial enzymes and concentrates inflammatory proteins that trigger immune responses throughout your cardiovascular system. These inflammatory reactions cause arterial damage that particularly affects the small blood vessels responsible for erectile function. The hormones used in conventional dairy production, including synthetic estrogens and growth hormones, directly interfere with male hormonal balance when consumed regularly. These foreign hormones can suppress your natural testosterone production and promote feminine characteristics. Dairy products are also one of the most mucus-producing foods in the modern diet. This excess mucus doesn't just affect your respiratory system, it can interfere with blood flow throughout your body, including to your penis, by making your blood thicker and harder to pump efficiently. The casein protein found in dairy triggers inflammatory responses in many men, especially those over 50 whose digestive systems have become less tolerant of these proteins. This systemic inflammation directly impacts erectile function by damaging blood vessels throughout your body. I treated a patient named Thomas, a 56-year-old dairy farmer who was consuming large amounts of milk, cheese, and yogurt daily. Despite being physically active, Thomas was experiencing progressive erectile dysfunction and had developed significant cardiovascular inflammation markers. When Thomas switched to organic, grass-fed dairy products and significantly reduced his overall dairy consumption, his improvements were remarkable. His inflammatory markers normalized, and his erectile function improved dramatically within 8 weeks. The solution isn't necessarily to eliminate all dairy, but to choose high-quality, organic, grass-fed sources and consume them in moderation. Raw dairy from grass-fed animals contains beneficial compounds that can actually support health when consumed occasionally. Many men find that eliminating dairy completely for 4 to 6 weeks, then slowly reintroducing high-quality sources, helps them identify their tolerance levels. Some can handle small amounts of grass-fed dairy, while others function better with complete avoidance. Plant-based alternatives like unsweetened almond milk, coconut milk, and cashew milk can provide similar culinary functions without the inflammatory and hormonal disruption of conventional dairy products. Number 5. Alcohol, which is castrating you slowly. The fifth and final food that's destroying penis health after 50 is something that many men use to enhance their social and sexual confidence, not realizing it's systematically destroying their masculine function. Regular alcohol consumption, even in amounts considered socially acceptable, directly suppresses testosterone production and damages the blood vessels needed for strong erections. Alcohol is a direct testicular toxin that interferes with your body's ability to produce testosterone. Even moderate drinking, defined as 2 to 3 drinks per day, can reduce testosterone production by up to 23% and dramatically impact erectile function in men over 50. But the penis damage from alcohol goes far beyond just hormonal suppression. Alcohol is a vascular toxin that causes both acute and chronic damage to blood vessels throughout your body. The small arteries that supply your penis are particularly vulnerable to alcohol-induced damage. Regular alcohol consumption also interferes with sleep quality, particularly the deep sleep stages where your body produces most of its testosterone. Poor sleep from alcohol creates a vicious cycle of hormonal suppression that compounds the direct toxic effects on your reproductive system. Alcohol dramatically reduces the bioavailability of zinc, magnesium, and other minerals that are essential for testosterone production and erectile function. Even men who take supplements often remain deficient in these crucial nutrients if they consume alcohol regularly. The dehydrating effects of alcohol also impact erectile function by reducing blood volume and making it harder for your cardiovascular system to deliver adequate blood flow to your penis when needed. I had a patient named James, a 59-year-old businessman who was consuming 3 to 4 glasses of wine nightly to unwind from work stress. James couldn't understand why his erectile function had declined dramatically, despite having what appeared to be adequate testosterone levels. When James reduced his alcohol consumption to 2 to 3 drinks per week and eliminated daily drinking completely, his transformation was remarkable. Within 6 weeks, His morning erections had returned, and his overall sexual performance had improved dramatically. The solution doesn't require complete alcohol abstinence for most men, but it does require honest assessment of consumption levels and dramatic reduction from typical modern intake. Limiting alcohol to 2 to 3 drinks per week, rather than per day, allows your body to recover its natural testosterone production. The type of alcohol also matters. Red wine contains some beneficial compounds that can support cardiovascular health when consumed occasionally, while beer contains estrogenic compounds from hops that can be particularly damaging to male hormonal balance. Let's talk about the penis-protecting diet. Now that you understand which foods are destroying your penis health, let's discuss the dietary approach that can reverse years of damage and restore powerful erectile function naturally. The penis-protecting diet focuses on foods that support healthy blood flow, optimize hormone production, and reduce systemic inflammation. The foundation of penis-protecting nutrition is high-quality animal proteins that provide all the amino acids needed for testosterone production and tissue repair. Grass-fed beef, wild-caught fish, pastured eggs, and organic poultry provide complete proteins without the inflammatory compounds found in conventional animal products. Healthy fats are crucial for both hormone production and blood vessel health. Extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, avocados, nuts, and seeds provide the building blocks for testosterone while supporting optimal cardiovascular function needed for strong erections. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula are loaded with nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide for blood vessel dilation. These vegetables literally provide the raw materials your body needs to produce strong erections naturally. Berries, especially dark varieties like blueberries and blackberries, contain powerful antioxidants that protect blood vessels from damage and support healthy circulation throughout your body, including to your penis. Zinc-rich foods like oysters, pumpkin seeds, and grass-fed beef provide this essential mineral that's required for testosterone production and sperm health. Many men over 50 are zinc deficient, which directly impacts sexual function. Watermelon contains citrulline, which your body converts into arginine and then nitric oxide for improved blood flow. Regular watermelon consumption can provide natural support for erectile function. Dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao content contains flavonoids that improve blood flow and can enhance erectile function when consumed regularly in moderate amounts. Implementing these dietary changes requires a structured approach for maximum effectiveness. The 30-day penis recovery protocol provides a step-by-step plan for eliminating the 5 deadly foods and replacing them with penis-protecting alternatives. Days 1 to 7. Focus on eliminating processed sugar completely. Read every label and avoid anything with more than 5 grams of added sugar per serving. Replace sugary drinks with water, herbal tea, and fresh vegetable juices. Days 8 to 14. Eliminate all industrial vegetable oils and fried foods. Cook exclusively with olive oil, coconut oil, or grass-fed butter. Avoid all restaurant-fried foods and processed snacks containing vegetable oils. Days 15 to 21. Remove all soy products from your diet, including hidden sources in processed foods. Replace soy proteins with animal proteins or soy-free plant alternatives like hemp or pea protein. Days 22 to 28. Reduce or eliminate conventional dairy products. If you choose to include dairy, use only organic grass-fed sources and consume in moderation. Days 29 to 30. Dramatically reduce alcohol consumption to no more than 2 to 3 drinks per week. Focus on red wine if you choose to drink, and avoid beer completely due to its estrogenic effects. Throughout all 30 days, emphasize penis-protecting foods, grass-fed meats, wild fish, organic vegetables, berries, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate. Stay well hydrated and ensure adequate sleep for optimal testosterone production. Most men begin noticing improvements in energy and morning erections within the first 2 weeks. Full restoration of erectile function typically occurs between weeks 4 to 8, depending on the severity of initial damage. My dear gentlemen, today we have exposed the 5 foods that are systematically destroying penis health after 50. Processed sugar, vegetable oils, soy products, conventional dairy, and Excessive alcohol. These dietary toxins create a perfect storm of inflammation, hormonal disruption, and vascular damage that makes strong erections virtually impossible. We've learned that your penis health is directly connected to your dietary choices and that the gradual decline most men experience after 50 isn't inevitable aging but correctable nutritional damage. By eliminating these 5 deadly foods and replacing them with penis-protecting alternatives, you can reverse years of damage and restore the powerful erections of your younger years. The key message I want you to remember is this: you have the power to reclaim your masculine vitality through intelligent food choices. The 5 foods we've discussed are literally poisoning your penis health every day you continue consuming them. The choice is yours. You can continue eating the foods that are slowly castrating you, or you can make the dietary changes that will restore your masculine function and confidence. Thousands of men have already discovered the life-changing power of the penis-protecting diet. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos where I'll continue revealing the secrets to maintaining masculine health after 50. Thank you for joining me on this critical journey to protect your penis health through proper nutrition. I wish you strong erections, abundant energy, and the confidence that comes from taking control of your masculine destiny.